Hey everyone, Jason here, and it is time for another round of ICO and information sharing about a couple ICOs that I'm in, the Lendex ICO and also the Monetize coin ICO, both of which are lending platforms, both of which operate differently than each other, but both of which are in ICO, and I have a little bit of an update for you, nothing really crazy, but there is some knowledge to be shared. So with that, round 11 begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. If you're involved in this, then you are already aware of that. If you're not, all the information for this stuff is below. You can click the links to refer to either Lendex or Monetize coin, either one. Again, you don't have to. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that. If you want to, that'd be great. I appreciate that. Quick disclaimer before I give you any information. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. This is just my journey in cryptocurrency. I'm not encouraging anyone to invest or not to invest or telling anybody what to do or not to do. Any information that you find here is just for informational purposes only and just to express how my journey is going. What you choose to do is solely up to you. I wish you all good luck in your journey. If you have any questions or comments, please hit me up. I'll try to answer them the best I can, but please keep in mind I'm not an expert. So with that, today's update, the markets have been crazy the last several days. There's been a huge dip in crypto. Some of that was expected, some of that was unexpected. But it's great to see a little bit of a rebound in Bitcoin and also other altcoins as well. So with that, the update for today on Lendex, they came out 2 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever it was, and they changed their lending platform guidelines. Recently, for those of you who don't know, Coin just closed down their lending program. That was the other big lending program other than BitConnect, which, as we all know, is in some pretty hot water right now with what they did to their investors, myself included. And it's interesting to see how all those things are going to play out. Unfortunately, Coin also shut down their lending, and for good reason. Lendex came out with a video here you can watch on YouTube, and it's actually a really good video. It does explain why they made changes. They made changes to keep things from being unsustainable, and that was the problem that people were having with Coin, is that you had investors that had $500,000 lent or in loans, and that creates a situation where you're getting 1.5% a day. Well, those are crazy amounts of money, and there's no way for that to be sustainable, no matter how much. If you have a bot that trades the value of coin, there's no way to make up that much money. There just isn't, in my opinion anyway. I'm not an expert, but I've tried some of the trading bots on other websites like Bittrex and Bitfinex, and they do actually a really good job at leveraging current crypto against other crypto, but I don't see how you're going to generate huge returns like that on those sums of money long term. It's just not sustainable. So what Lendex did was they came out and they changed their lending program to keep things more sustainable. Here's a quick rundown. They capped the loan value at $200,000 maximum, and then they halved the interest rate to 0.5%. Now people say, "Oh my God, they halved it." Well, it's still a lot of money. If you go to your bank with $1,000 and say, "I'm going to give you $1,000, and I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I expect you to give me $1,100," that'd be a full percent. They would probably laugh you out of their office. Even if you went in there and said, "I'll take half, give me $1,050 tomorrow," they would still laugh you out of their office. They might give you $50 if you gave them $50,000 for a year. Maybe. Okay? I mean, it's really pitiful, the interest rates the banks offer. So even 0.5% is a substantial amount of money. So I think that will be long-term, be more sustainable. I would like to see a little bit more of a detailed plan regarding their investment bot or their automated trading bot. I'd like to see some more information on that. I think a lot of us would, but unfortunately right now there is none. So the fact that they did change their lending platform to try to maintain a more sustainable business model, I think, is a great sign for the future, for the coming future. And the ICO is showing that. It's selling out every day in less than a couple minutes. So we're talking about a lot of coins. So it's great to see that this ICO is continuing well. It looks like there's a lot of interest here. So again, I can't tell you what to invest in or not to invest in. I am personally invested in this. There is an affiliate program. They do offer a 10% bonus if you get into the ICO on your investment. So if you invest $100, they're going to give you $10 worth of LDX coin, which I think is a nice incentive to get in. The roadmap shows this coin should be $25 by April of this year. Even if it was half that, that's still a substantial investment return. So just something to think about if you're, and again, ICOs are very, very speculative. at best. But this one seems to have a pretty decent foundation, and the group that's around it, the community, is rallying pretty strong. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this coin in the near future. So please keep your eye on this. And then the next coin I want to talk to you about is the Monetize coin. Now, this coin is a little bit different because they don't just have a trading bot. They also have an algorithm that they run. It's proprietary software that they control, and that algorithm actually searches the internet and picks up what you're searching for, and then it tries to display advertising to you that's relevant to that in order to show a proper click rate for people that want to buy things. So let's say you go and you're looking up, let's say, a new pair of binoculars or something, or a new set of tools. Well, then you're going to go on Facebook, or you're going to go to YouTube or other websites like that, and you're going to see advertisements for those items. That's their algorithm. And if you're able to find something you'd like and you click on it, that's how they gain revenue. And for every dollar they spend, they're getting $1.10 worth of revenue right now. So what their model is you're not just lending money with them. What you're doing is you're buying that algorithm. You're buying advertising time with that algorithm. And that's how you're making your money back. And that's how you're getting that interest return. So there's a lot of real good interest here in Monetize coin for that reason, because it's not just a lending program that has an automated trading bot. They actually have an algorithm that actually goes out and creates functional income from advertising revenue, and that's how they're using that to potentiate their business model. I think it's a fantastic feature that most ICOs do not have. Now this one, this ICO is still ongoing. I am invested in this coin. Again, none of this is advice. Please seek your own knowledge, seek your own investment advice. If you need to, seek an expert, of which I am not. But this particular coin has a very strong following, and it sells out in seconds a day. It's very difficult to get into this ICO. I got in on 2 rounds, and I'm hoping to get in on the next round, but there's only 3 rounds or 4 rounds left, I think. So this one's coming close to an end of the ICO, and once the ICO launches, then their roadmap shows they're going to have an exchange that's going to open up similar to other coins, and they're going to do some of those things. If I can get this to play nicely. Maybe? No? All right, well, we'll just go here. Their roadmap is pretty simple. Again, it's not anything that's, oh my gosh, it's kind of vague, but it looks like the crowd sale starts. It's going to be over soon, and then this is where it ends, and then the exchange begins. We're hoping that this will be by the end of February at the latest, and then the lending staking will hopefully pick up shortly thereafter. So this should be pretty quick if this is going to happen before the end of the month. Again, it's already February 10th, so this should be, let's see, 3, 4, 6 days-ish, and then this should be picking up somewhere in there. So again, I'd like to see more of a roadmap extend out, but it is what it is so far. But so far, what they've said they were going to do and the timeline has been very accurate. This is, so far, you can actually join these people in their live chat, much like the Lendex coin has a live chat. You can join and talk to actual administrators and developers for the coin, which is, again, these are the only 2 coins that right now that I'm looking at from an ICO perspective that are in the lending community. There are a lot of other coins out there, and right now lending has a really bad stigma just because of the BitConnect and the Dave War situation. And I don't think that those stigmas are going to fall away anytime soon, and they shouldn't, for good reason. These 2 are a little different. This one has, to me, a little more of a solid platform because it has a secondary algorithm. The Lendex coin also has a very solid base. I'd like to see more information on how they're going to do their trading bot. They did make some changes to their structure so it'd be more sustainable long term, which I think is great. But I'd like to see a little bit more information on that. Hopefully that will be out sometime in the future. Again, all of us are just kind of playing this by ear, and we all could be walking off a cliff. Who knows? But I know that there's a lot of people that are getting involved, and I see a lot of social media posts on these 2 different coins and different platforms. So the word is starting to spread, and the fever is starting to grow, which is good for these 2 particular coins. If you have any questions or comments, please hit me up at the bottom. I'll try to answer those. If you found value in the video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd appreciate that. If you're interested in either one of these coins, you can use my referral link. You don't have to. Again, referrals are great, but it's not necessary. I appreciate it. I hope you all are having a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.